So we are live. Hello, anyone
Hey.
watching? And hey, Christina, this is a guest on my page, Christina Sequeira. I don't know if I've pronounced that right.
Yeah, you did a good job.
As close as possible. And Christina is an amazing, amazing businesswoman and artist who I have had the pleasure of dealing with lately because I have ordered a portrait from her. So I wanted to bring her on my page today to share a little bit about what she does and how she does it, because once we got chatting yesterday, I just thought, oh, I love the way you work, Christina, and I love your journey. Like, it's quite similar to mine in terms of, coming from a very different background to then becoming an artist. So I really want to chat about that and share that with people, because I just think it's inspiring to see the journey that you've taken, and other people would love that, and also to talk about your artwork and how you do it. So this is going to be, for those watching, a very broad conversation, and who knows what will come out of it, but it will be beautiful because Christina is beautiful and so am I, and so anyone watching is going to love it, right? And there'll be beautiful little people popping in and out in the background there. It's okay. It's okay. They can say hello. So, Christina, do you just want to do a little hello and who are you a little bit about what you do now in your business, and then we'll just have a chat.
Definitely. So, firstly, thanks so much for having me in your space. Yes, my name's Christina, and I'm an intuitively inspired artist. So, what that means is I create whatever I feel called to create. I imbue my work with messages, intentions, anything that I feel like the person who's going to receive them or whoever I am intending to receive the piece may need. And for me, it's all about just, I want to uplift the energy in the world. I want happiness. I want joy. I want everyone to feel in their power. That's what I do. That's why I make art.
That is so gorgeous. It's a very similar mission to mine, actually. And I never used to tell people. It was always like a bit hidden about what my mission was, but really my mission is to raise the vibration of the planet in some way by helping other people's vibration lift through experiencing more joy. And so you and I are doing the same thing, but in a different way, right?
Yes, exactly.
Gorgeous. So in terms of your background, like getting to this point of becoming, being an artist and being confident in calling yourself an artist, and that transition, you mentioned yesterday when we were chatting that you used to be a civil engineer. Is that right?
Yeah, I went from high school and I studied engineering, so I qualified as an engineer, which is crazy. And I worked for a bit in the field, and I apologize for any engineers watching. It's not for me. It wasn't my thing. I need to be with people. I need to be with sounds, and I need music going, and everyone, or it could have just been the place I was working at, but they were all kind of alone in their own little pocket and in their own head, and no music, and was too stuffy for me,
Yeah.
And what I found is that it really wasn't creative at all. Like, it was very, I mean, there's creative elements to it, but it's very regimented. It's very much, there's a set of rules and structure that needs to be followed to make sure that you're achieving the right thing, which is really important, but it wasn't for me.
Yeah. And do you think you followed that path because that was what others expected of you?
Well, so in high school, my art teacher, specifically my art teacher in year 11, said to me that I was going to fail. And year 11 or year 10, I don't know. Anyway, she said to me I was going to fail, that I was wasting my time.
Fail art or fail?
Yes, fail art, yes.
Right.
We'd been to Canberra, to the National Gallery in Canberra the year before, and I saw Jackson Pollock's Blue Poles for the first time, and it kind of like, I don't know if you've seen that piece, but it's a very abstract piece, but it struck me like right in my core. And I just went, oh my God, I love this. So then when I was working up to creating my final piece for the year, I wanted to do some sort of abstract piece. And she took that as me just messing around and playing, because I was literally splashing paint on the paper, which is exactly, you know, kind of what he did. I wasn't drunk, but, you know, like, it was, you know, so she said that to me. I totally went a different way with my piece, ended up like A+, but it kind of, then I went, oh, you know, art is not going to make me any money. You know, you need to have money to sustain a life. And, you know, I want to have kids eventually and I need money for that. You know, engineering is going to make me more money. I actually wanted to do architecture, but they wouldn't let me into the class because I wasn't 18. I was one of the young babies in the class. And they didn't want to have to fill in permission slips and stuff like that from parents for field trips. So they didn't let me into the class. So I did, it was ridiculous. I did engineering with an intention to move over, but then I realized that it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
So I finished that course and then never quite moved into architecture. I went into lighting design after that, which was a really good step because it was, I'm sorry about my children. It was a really good step because it's a bit creative and it's a bit structured. So there's it's a bit of a good flow together. And I stayed with that for a long time.
Okay. And we were talking about, it's interesting. So you did that because you thought you probably can't make money out of art. And now you're kind of busting that myth, right? You're in the space, you're making money and you can see the value of what you do, right? Like it's, you know.
It's so different. If I hadn't realized when I was younger the impact that I could have through my art on people, it maybe would have fueled me more to head in that direction. The money thing was always a thing, coming from, well, you know, it's a bit hard, but money when we were younger, not that we didn't have any, but we always were kind of just had enough. So I didn't want to have that kind of lifestyle as I grew up. As I got older and had my own family, I wanted to be able to do whatever I wanted, to buy whatever. I go on a holiday if I want to go on a holiday. So I thought that I wanted to do something that involved more money. As I've matured and aged and had my children, I realized that I lost myself, and I realized that actually happiness is the most important thing in life. And, you know, we work for so long in the day and we work for so long in the week that if you're not happy at work, what's the point?
I know. Yeah, I'm with you there. I had to learn that the hard way too, I've got to say. Like I worked my butt off thinking it was about the money and all the things I could buy with the money. And it's not, right? Like happiness has to come first. And then once you can find the passion and the thing that you do that lights you up, then the money will come.
Yes.
That's what you and I are finding. We're still on, you know, early journey, you know, for me personally, early stages, but the money is coming. And like the reason that I could, you know, that I've met you was that I've had my first 5-figure month in my business, right? And I said when I reached that, I'm still trying to pinch myself about it because I could easily make that in corporate, but making it in my own business is a whole new level for me. And one of the things that I want to share with people, anyone watching, is that it's really important to celebrate your wins. And like for me, that was a big one. And I said, when I get to that point, I'm getting Christina to do a portrait for me. Like that's my celebration. That's going to be the mark that I've made, you know, this big milestone. And so to send you the message and say, oh my God, I'm ready to get it, was just the best moment. Such a great moment for me. And yeah, that's what we get to create when we find the thing that we love doing, isn't it? So
yes.
And you know, the joy that you bring me, and that you, well, you know, we haven't she's not ready yet, my portrait, but I already feel the joy, right? And for me to pay you that money felt joyful. And it was an investment for me. It was a celebration, you know, and that I get to do that, and then you get to receive that, and it's just this beautiful flow of money.
Yes.
Oh, it's just magic, right?
So great. It's so great because I know now that I get to create this thing for you that's going to bring you power. It's going to bring you fire. It's going to light you up. Literally. So this is my one behind me. Like, you know, obviously you've seen this image, but this is my one. She's not quite done either, but like I said, I don't know about if your followers or whoever watching knows about soul modes, but like I am currently in bear mode, and I shifted into bear mode a little bit earlier in the day. So I just went, you know what? I need to like, I don't even know, but I knew I needed to come here and stand in front of her. And I literally came here and stood in front of her and just connected with myself and breathed in. And I could feel that flowing through me. And then it's just, it lights you up and it gives you more passion to keep going. I want to do that. I want to do that for women. I want you to have your portrait and just be like, yes, fuck yes. Oh, sorry, this is me. Like, you know, like I get carried away. Sorry. But like,
totally fine.
You know, like take that power, know that you're safe in your feminine, know that she can, like, she's going to help take you to the heights that you want to achieve, you know, like, ooh, she's you, you are her, you're together, you know, like,
So good. So just for anyone watching, you know, seeing us get off on this at the moment, getting all fired up, just in case they don't know, this portrait is what Christina, and I want you to talk us through the process that you go through to create this for people. But this portrait, it's your goddess. So Christina tunes in to the goddess within you. And she and I had the session yesterday, and we'll just talk about how that goes. To paint your individual goddess, like you in goddess form. So that one sitting behind her there, which is the back of her, but it's, you know, and all the colors of what came through, that is Christina's inner goddess, and it's powerful. And like, you know, it's just, what do you call these? Are the power, is it a power
portrait?
A power portrait. Yeah. And it's your own, like, I'm going to have one of these on my wall. I absolutely love this beautiful painting behind me, which is by my husband, but my goddess, well, she's going to be all that and more, you know, like, this is so exciting. So tell us, Christina, about the process that you go through to be able to paint the goddess for people.
Yeah, so what I need is, obviously I'm only going to call in people who are ready to do this, who are at this point, right? Because if you're, sorry about my children, if you're shut down to the idea, then it's not going to work, right? So what will happen is you're open and you're ready. We'll have a guided meditation. Yeah, I kind of just flowed into that space right there. Ready to go. We have a guided meditation where I help you to connect with your feminine goddess, your wild woman, inner wild woman. So many different terms for her, but for those of you that haven't connected with her yet, that might take longer than it would for someone who's already connected with her, but you'll start to feel her through your body. I feel her through my power center, and it starts with the tingling for me. And then in our meditation, we allow that energy to build through your body and then to allow it to permeate through your space. And while you're meditating, I will be observing, and things will come to me. I will see colors, I will hear colors. They will come to me, and then I obviously am writing everything down. And then from there, once the meditation is done, we discuss this to make sure that there's nothing that's come through that is really jarring for you, because I don't want, like, if you really don't like black, I don't want you to have a black painting on your wall just because that's the color that came through, you know. So we go through that. And then once you've connected to your feminine, sorry, I'm just going to tell my children.
Yeah, do that. She's yelling at the kids right now. Children, God love them. It's so hard for them to be quiet, I know.
They're excited because they got a new Nintendo game yesterday.
Cool.
Yeah, well, lockdown's really hard, so we've got to try to make their life special whenever we can, right?
Yeah.
I'm in Melbourne, so we're in lockdown.
You're in lockdown. You're in lockdown. Yeah.
Yes. So once our meditation is done, then we talk about that stuff. And then once you're connected to your feminine, what I love is for you to go away and to take some photos of yourself. But the aim of this photo is not, it's not like a beauty pageant. It's not, you know, you don't have to be worried about putting a face full of makeup on or wearing the right clothing or whatever. It's really about feeling her and embodying her in yourself. Because even though I say her, right, she is you, and you are her, and you are one. So I refer to her as her because even I do that for myself, because I'm not fully connected with her. I'm not even myself one-on-one with her. I'm still on my own journey to connect with her fully. I'm getting very close to that point, but we're not quite where I can say me, you know. So I say her, and just put anything on that you feel called to. That can be a form-fitting outfit. That can be a very flowy dress with, like, what, I don't know, pants, whatever you feel like, whatever you feel called. You could be nude. Like, it's totally whatever you feel called to do. And then just take some photos, and she just needs to come through in the photos, and you'll know, because the photo that I use, which this is based on, I'm in activewear when I'm wearing this, but there was special activewear it was actually, buying that activewear was a win for me. I met my money goal and I went, I'm going to buy my colorful activewear, and I went and did that. And it was, when I put it on, I immediately just went, yes, I feel fucking powerful. And I did it again, I swore. I feel so powerful. Okay, children. I felt so powerful in the outfit. And then I just took some photos. And when I saw that photo in particular, there's a couple from that series, right, that I love. But when I saw that photo, I just went, yes, I feel you. I know you are there. Thank you for coming through for me. And then I knew I had to paint that. Like, I knew, as soon as I took that photo, I knew this was a thing. Like, I knew that was exactly where I had to channel my energy and bring that through for other women. So you take a photo, send me the photo, send me a few photos, whatever you feel like, and then I will create a piece for you. And it's always going to be an abstract piece like this. If the photo's of your face, it's not going to be of your face unless I feel called to put your face or some features in the portrait. But it's really about the colors that come through, and that's what has meaning.
Yeah, beautiful. And then you, as part of it, I think you mentioned yesterday that you also send the people buying it a little images or something of how she came together or something like that. Is that right?
Yes, I'm going to be filming. I'll make a time lapse. So basically, I don't know if you know what a time lapse is, but it's the camera, it's on a special mode where it takes lots of photos really quickly and regularly while you're painting. So it's not as heavy as a video file, and it doesn't take up as much space and stuff. But it creates a video at the end that will show you exactly how she's come together. And then to be really silly, I didn't do that for myself. I've got photos because at various points I stopped and took a photo, but I didn't take a time lapse myself, and I kick myself now. Just like when I was pregnant, I didn't let anybody take any photos of me, and I kick myself now because I would love to have a photo of my body in that form and in that power that I created, But mine for this was just a bit of an oversight. Like, I should have done that. I get caught up. I use my phone to look for things. It's playing music or, while I'm painting, to make sure I don't go into my head, I usually have something playing. Generally, it's a TV show or a movie that I'm not very interested in watching because I just want to be distracted. If I put music on, I will sing and I'll get too much into that. And I don't want those feelings to come through into the piece, especially when I'm doing these. I need to be not in my head so that I can allow my intuition to come through and just be guided like that.
Yeah. I just think it's beautiful. I love that you do the meditation, that you do the time lapse. These are such special pieces, and I can already feel it, and when I ordered her from you, you were like, I can feel it, and as you said, she's not coming in, she's already here. Yeah. It's just now she's going to be in form, visible on the wall, and it's so fucking exciting. And don't worry about swearing on here because I swear a lot. Oh my God, my people are used to it. So the other thing, because we're talking about this goddess, the feminine within and all that, I just want to touch on, because we talked about this yesterday and we were both like going, how we were both have come from a very masculine upbringing, and when I say masculine, people, I'm not talking about male. It's more not being in that free flow, creative, expressive kind of state where we were both, more, well, it is kind of, I don't know what you think, Christina, is it more male or whatever, but my background and career is in IT, which is a very male dominated area, and it's also a very thought and analytical, that kind of real brain stuff. And you in the civil engineering, and then here we are as doing much more creative work. So just wanted to touch on that, like how that's been for you, like how it used to feel, how you feel now, does that make sense?
Yeah, totally makes sense. It was funny for me because I didn't even realize that these things had I didn't even realize that there was a lack in my life until I found her, and then I went, oh my God, like, how could I? I'm sorry about them.
Okay.
At least they're happy. At least it's happy.
Yeah.
I didn't realize, I really did, and I'm not saying that like it's not fluff. I didn't realize how much I was lost. I didn't realize how much I was missing until I found her again.
Yeah.
I took a painting class, a watercolor class, at the studio. My kids used to do art classes when they were babies, right? And I remember picking up the brush and dipping it in the water and putting it in the paint and then flowing with the paint, and like it was almost instant for me, and I just went, oh my God, I'm home, like this is me. Why have I not been doing this, you know? And it was crazy, and I immediately knew that I wanted other people to be able to feel this. And originally I was trying to achieve that through my work, like I was trying to make pieces that would uplift people's energy, but now I understand that like I need to connect them into the work. I need to connect you into the work so that you can feel it when you look at her, you know? It's a different kind of, you know, we all grow and evolve, and I've grown a lot in the last 4 years since I discovered it. But it's like, it was really I can let go. I can be free. I can just do what I want, you know? Like now I'm me. That's it. I'm here. I have arrived.
I love it. That's it. That's exactly how I feel. That I have arrived are the words, aren't they? They are the words that you can put to this when you finally let go of, just trying to fit into whatever it is. You know, like for me, that whole masculine, like something, so people here know that I follow Carly Marie and she's my coach, and I know she's yours as well, and we all love Soul Modes. She has done so much for us. And I remember seeing something recently where she said, oh, you know, those of you who've been really working within the masculine realm for a long time, you know, it's tiring because it's, you know, and when she said that, I was like, oh my God, no wonder I have felt fucking exhausted my entire life. My whole life has been tiring because I haven't been in the feminine flow, and I haven't understood how much I missed it until I found it. That's what, like, I'm hearing you saying. It's like you found yourself, you found her. It's just a beautiful thing. And then, you know, your life can be so different. And well, certainly for me, my business is just so easy, I guess, is the way for me.
Yeah, and that in itself is something I've only realized recently, but we work hard, right? Even though for us it doesn't feel like hard work because it's what we love, it's our work, right? But it's easy at the same time.
Yeah.
Because it's just so in flow with us now, and that's the big difference. When I started the business, I was in a totally different headspace, and totally like, I got to find my ideal client. I have to hit on the pain points. I have to do all these things to make sure they come in and buy my stuff. And now it's totally different. I'm in flow. I want to call my people in. I want you to come because you know that I'm going to give you something that you need. You know, you're going to want to have it, like a magnet almost, you know, in a good way.
It is. It's magnetic. Like, to me, I feel like what I used to do was a push kind of approach, and I was out there, you know, trying to grab people and bring them in, whereas now it's like it is magnetic. It's attraction based. I'm like, I just show up as me and just talk about the things that are on my heart, and then the people who need what I have to offer will come. And the same with your work. It's like they're just coming to you. Bees to honey, the whole, you know. Is it bees to honey? Bees make honey. Bees to flowers? I don't know.
But we get it,
that kind of attraction, isn't it? So much more beautiful. This hustle. Like, I was like you. I grew up with the, you know, in my business as trying to do all the marketing stuff, the avatars and the, you know, all that. Oh.
And it never sat right. Even when I was doing it, it never felt, I never could get it right. It never felt right because it was obviously the wrong thing for me anyway.
I agree with you. And, you know, like yesterday when we were catching up and doing the meditation and, you know, you're going to paint her and everything, I was thinking that's your work in the world. Your work in the world is to have meetings with clients, go do a meditation and then paint, you know, and you get paid for it. My work in the world is, you know, to meet with clients. Like today, I just drove out to Goulburn and met with a beautiful client of mine, and we just, you know, brainstormed together and had cups of coffee, and it was just a beautiful, beautiful day. And I'm like, this is the life, you know, it's beautiful. So yeah. Oh, I love it. Well, how can people follow, where do you hang out? Are you on Facebook? Are you on Instagram? Are you everywhere?
I'm in all the places.
You're in all the places?
It's a little bit crazy. I'm in all the places. Generally, if you search my name, which is a bit of pain to spell, you can find me.
And I'll leave the link in the comments. I'm just going to see. I don't know if you can see any comments because hang on.
No, I can't see any. There's no
Can't
comments.
see any.
There's been lots of emojis flying across the screen, but no comments.
Yeah. Let me just quickly check to see if I can see any, because sometimes there's about 7 people watching, which is nice, but I can't see if there's any comments. So anyone, if you've got questions, please do leave them, and Christina and I will get back to you. And if you've got comments, please leave them, and I'll leave your links. You're on Instagram as well, no doubt.
Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, all the places, YouTube, Pinterest, you know. I don't know how great I am across all the platforms, but Facebook and Instagram are sturdy for me, yeah.
Oh, beautiful. All right, well, watch out for this one, and if you want one of her portraits, you better get in quick, because, you know, she's going to be a busy woman. I know. You already are, so it's beautiful. And I will share my portrait as it comes through. Once she's done, you'll all see her, which will just be amazing. Can you show us, I don't know, you probably can't move your camera, can you, do a little bit closer up of your goddess?
Yes, I can.
See if we can, because it's so amazing. Look, that's Christina from, you know, behind. Beautiful, beautiful. And look at the color.
Yeah. When I started her,
she's not even finished yet.
No, the main body is done, I'm pretty sure. So I even say pretty sure, right? Because it can, unless I, you know, when I start again, it's going to change. But this draws me so strongly that I think that this is done. I don't think I'm going to change it. The background needs work. But I know that, and I've left it on purpose for now.
Gorgeous.
But yeah, it's she's gone through quite a bit of a change from her first the way she started off. She was a full purple and green blocked in color when she started, when she came out, and then
and now
it's very different.
She's evolved. Well, no, I still have to take my photos, so that's my next thing. I've got to go and call on my goddess. I might do that this afternoon, and then take the photos, and it'll be so exciting. So thank you so much for coming on here and chatting with me.
Thank you so much for having me and holding the space with me. It's been great.
Yeah, it's been awesome, and I love what you're doing, and we will be watching you with absolute joy. All right,
thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yay. All right then. See you, love.
See ya. Bye.